The new French envoy to Nigeria called for collaboration with the News Agency of Nigeria, NAN, toward strengthening the mutually beneficial relationship between the two countries. The envoy, who is the French ambassador to Nigeria and the ECOWAS, made the call when he paid a courtesy visit to Malam Ali Mohammed Ali, NAN's managing director in Abuja. According to him, France and Nigeria can collaborate more and learn from each other.
I could feel it particularly during the state visit of President Tinubu, which took place in November. I was there, and I could see the intensity, the strength, and the scope of the partnership. So I'm here to scale up the partnership in all sectors. I'm coming here for 3 reasons. The first one is to pay a tribute, Mr. Director, to you and your team for the quality of this agency. We can testify that the contents you publish are very well factured, very well set up and structured. You do fact-checking, you really try to provide the community with quality information. I think, as a French ambassador, I can recognize that as part of a living democracy. Number 2, I came to tell you how much we are eager to go on partnering together. And I'm very eager as a French ambassador to ensure that we have this seamless relationship and fluid and easy relationship. And number 3, I took note that you signed recently some partnerships, agreements, framework agreements with Egypt, China. It's maybe time to think about balancing these partnerships with others. And why not France? I mean, we'll talk to AFP and see if there is ground for a closer relationship between you and AFP, which, as you know, is quite recognized and well-known agency. So we can dream about it. Sky is the limit, I think, in Nigeria.
Responding, the NAN managing director informed the envoy that the agency was Africa's biggest news content provider on account of its size.
We like to think that we are Africa's biggest news content provider on account of our size. Now, as our continent's biggest news content provider, we have offices nationwide and in select African countries. Like we have an office in South Africa, Johannesburg, Cote d'Ivoire, Addis Ababa, and then we have offices also beyond the shores of Africa. We have in New York, we are the only resident wire service in the United Nations. At a time in the past, the agency had about 11 foreign offices, including Moscow. Now, what we're trying to do is to reopen some of our short offices, especially in London. And with greater partnership and understanding that we have with similar, like Reuters. And incidentally, you have a long-standing relationship with AFP, which you just raised. I know for years we have exchange of news between the News Agency of Nigeria and AFP, but it's a cooperation that we like to strengthen, especially with their greater involvement. We see partnership as an important tool in checking the spread of fake news. We've seen instances where fake news have done a great deal of damage. And with the coming of social media, it has done even greater damage.
He also told the envoy that the agency has its content in the Nigerian indigenous languages, starting with Hausa, and it would proceed to Yoruba and Igbo languages later, then later in future to French.
The agency broadcasts beyond English in indigenous languages. Already we are doing that in Hausa. And you know, Hausa is one of the widely spoken languages in West Africa. So we have a Hausa portal. We are planning in due course to also have the Yoruba portal and then the Igbo portal. And then eventually with the coming of AI and Google Translator and all of that, also to see how we can broadcast in French.